In 1985, America was in the midst of cultural shifts. Conversations about race, family, and identity were loud but often uncomfortable. Against this backdrop, one man made a decision that shocked many people around him. He adopted 3 black daughters. At a time when interracial adoption was rare, and sometimes frowned upon, his choice wasn't just about expanding his family, it was about love that ignored social norms. He wasn't a wealthy celebrity or a man looking for public attention. He was an ordinary individual who believed every child deserved a home. The beginning of a different family. He had always wanted children, but life had unfolded in ways that didn't align with tradition. After volunteering at a community center that worked with underprivileged youth, he came across 3 sisters who had been placed into foster care. Their biological mother struggled with addiction, and their father had been absent for years. The girls, ages 2, 4, and 6 at the time, had already bounced between foster homes. They carried scars no one their age should carry. He later recalled that the moment he saw them together, holding hands in the corner of the center, something inside him told him they were meant to be his. Within a year, after countless legal hearings and background checks, the adoption was finalized. In 1985, he became the single father of 3 black daughters, an act that raised eyebrows in his neighborhood but also planted seeds of respect in the hearts of many. Challenges of interracial adoption in the 80s. Adopting black children as a white father in the 1980s was not without challenges. Society wasn't always kind. The family faced stares in grocery stores, awkward questions at school, and even outright prejudice. He knew he couldn't shield his daughters from the reality of racism, but he made sure they grew up with resilience. He taught them to be proud of who they were, to embrace their culture, and to see themselves as strong individuals capable of shaping their futures. At the same time, he had to learn himself. He sought advice from black community leaders, attended cultural events, and made sure his daughters had role models who looked like them. His parenting style wasn't about erasing difference, it was about honoring it. A home built on love and education. Though money was tight, he believed in education. Books filled their small home. Dinner table conversations were about dreams, goals, and the value of kindness. Every birthday was celebrated, every school play attended, every scraped knee kissed. He may not have had a traditional family, but he gave his daughters something they had never had before: stability and unconditional love. By the late 1990s, the 3 sisters had grown into confident young women, ready to chase their own futures. Part 2. 40 years later, where are they now? Fast forward to 2025. It's been 40 years since that life-changing adoption. The man who once carried 3 little girls on his shoulders is now in his 70s, watching proudly as his daughters build their own legacies. The eldest, from survivor to leader. The oldest daughter, who was 6 when adopted, is now 46 years old. She works as a community organizer and nonprofit leader in Atlanta. Much of her work focuses on advocating for foster children and creating mentorship programs for young black girls. She often says that her childhood experiences, and her father's unwavering love, gave her the blueprint to help others. Married with 2 children of her own, she balances family life with a mission-driven career. She frequently reminds people that one person's decision to love can change generations. The middle daughter, healing through medicine. The middle daughter, adopted at age 4, grew up fascinated with science. Today, at 44 years old, she is a pediatrician in Chicago. Her patients adore her, not just because she's skilled, but because she understands the pain of children who feel abandoned or overlooked. She often speaks about how her father's belief in education fueled her path. "We didn't have much money, but he always said books could take us anywhere. He was right." Now, she uses her position to give back by volunteering in free clinics and mentoring young medical students of color. The youngest, an artist with a voice. The youngest sister, just 2 years old at the time of adoption, is now 42 years old. She became an artist and spoken word performer, using creativity as a way to tell stories of identity, race, and belonging. Her work has been showcased in galleries and universities across the country. She has a reputation for blending personal narrative with cultural commentary. Many of her poems pay tribute to her father, often describing him as the man who painted love into my life. She remains single by choice, pouring her energy into her art and activism. For her, creating is both personal healing and a gift to the world. The father today, now in his 70s, the father spends most of his days gardening, reading, and enjoying the company of his grandchildren. His daughters often gather with their families at his house for Sunday dinners, a tradition that has carried on since their childhood. Looking back, he doesn't see himself as a hero. "I just did what any parent should do," he says. But his daughters disagree. To them, he is the anchor who gave them roots when they felt rootless. Reflections on a 40-year journey. The story of this family is more than just an adoption tale. It's about how love can transcend race, circumstance, and time. It's about resilience, growth, and the way one decision can echo across decades. The three daughters, now women in their 40s, stand as living proof of their father's vision. Their careers, families, and impact on society are direct reflections of the foundation he gave them in 1985. As the world continues to wrestle with issues of identity, race, and belonging, their journey is a reminder: families are not always born, sometimes they are built. And when built on love, they can last forever.